नमस्सर्वेभ्यः। आपादमौलिपर्यन्तां गुरूणाम् आकृतिं स्मरेत् तेन विघ्नप्रणश्यन्ति सिद्धन्ति च मनोरथः। लक्ष्मीं तनोतु नितरामितरानपेक्षम् अङ्घ्रिद्वयं निगमशाकिशिखाप्रवालम् हैरम्बम् अम्बुरुहडम्बरचौर्यनिग्रहं विघ्नाद्रिभेदशतधारधुरन्धरम्। सर्वेषां स्वागतम्. Welcome to another satsang session and a new stotra. Actually, it's a very popular one, and most of us have heard this in the morning. So this is Venkateswara Suprabatham, and there is a positivity associated with it. Let me give you the historic context of this. This is around 700, 600 at least, somewhere around 600 years old. So it is literature as well as it is spiritually involved, and there is it comes under Visishtadvaita lineage. So there the Rachaita, the one who composed this, it is Prativadi Bhayankara is the scholar. He's a Vaishnava scholar, and there is this Guru Shishya Parampara. It exists everywhere in Hindu texts. It's always the Guru Shishya Parampara that is extremely important, because that shows the adhikara. That is the reason even in Ramayana, usually the adhikara, this is explained through this pravara. There is something called pravara. The lineage is explained. You introduce yourself through that. So I think it was in the ashram of Rishi Vashishta, when Rama himself, he comes to Rishi Vashishta, and then the Shastrabhyasa is completed. Shastrabhyasa has to take place, because for a Kshatriya it is very important. So Rishi Vashishta sends Rama to Vishwamitra for further studies, as they say. So he went there, and he has to know. Vashishta is Kulaguru, so that is fine. So he already knows Rama. But to Vishwamitra, he has to introduce himself, and therefore he says his pravara, that I come from so lineage. So like that, it is so important. So here also, Prativadi Bhayankaram Annan, he was a disciple of Swami Manavala. All these scholars come under the Vishishtadvaita tradition. So you will find, I think, sage Narayana first, and then you will find all of them coming. The Ramanuja, we find Vishnu first, and then we come the propagator of Vishishtadvaita. We will see Bhagavan Ramanuja, and then so we will find this. What is special about this text is that we say it is Suprabhatam, but it is not exactly or completely Suprabhatam. It starts with Kausalya, Supraja, Rama, Purva, Sandhya Pravartate. The day Purva Sandhya Pravartate. Uttishta Narashardula Kartavyam Daivamanhikam. Usually what happens, no? It is only when he awakens, that is the supreme consciousness awakens, we associate that with enlightenment. So here the specification is to the deity who is considered as the not avatara. This is the speciality. Lord Venkateswara is not avatara of Vishnu. He is Sriman Mahavishnu himself. And he had to come here for 2 or 3 reasons. One is a curse by Rishi Bhrigu. I think everybody knows the Srinivasa Kalyana, the whole context. So what exactly happens? Rishi Bhrigu, rishis, usually they do a yajna. But when they complete a yajna, it is not complete until they do samarpana to someone, a higher deity, higher consciousness, because it brings about ahankara, that I performed this. So once that samarpana is completed, only what happens? We complete that, the siddhi is achieved. So the brahmanas, the guru, all the rishis, everybody, they complete the yajna, and That is for Loka Shanti. So what happens is after they complete, they say we have to do Samarpana to some deity. Now the question is, who is the Sarvashreshta divine conscious, the form of divine conscious? So they say, who are we to assess this? There is an argument, a small argument goes on. Who are we to assess the supreme consciousness? So then Rishi Brigu among them say, no, we definitely have the authority to question these things, because we have taken so much strain to perform this yajna. So what happens? We should not give it to anybody. We should give it to the Sarvashreshta Swarupa. Therefore, among the three devas, whoever is the supreme one, we will give it to them. But who should assess it? So among all the rishis, maharshis, there is a conversation, and they all say, from our end, Rishi Bhrigu is, the most eligible. So let him only decide. So Rishi Bhrigu says, fine, I will go to the Tridevas. I will go to each of their loka and I will assess them. Based on that, I will do the samarpana of all this austerity of this yajna. So obviously, I think people know this. They go to Brahmaloka. In Brahmaloka, Chaturmukha Brahma is completely lost in Devi Saraswati's Veena Lochana. She's playing the Veena, and it is such a divine experience that Chaturmukha Brahma he himself has closed his eyes, and it is such a huge thing. So what happens? He goes and he tries to warn, he tries to hint that he has come, but he is ignored. This is again Daiva Leela. People say, Puranas say that the Tridevas are very much aware of his presence, but they ignore him because they want Mahavishnu to descend to this to Bhuloka. So obviously, he gets angry because Brahmadeva, the Chaturmukha Brahma, has ignored him. So what happens? He gives curse, and the curse is that Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma, will never be worshipped on earth. So we all know it is very rare, and there are only four, I think, four or three temples which worship Brahma all over India. Otherwise, you will not find it. Then, after leaving Brahmaloka, he goes to Kailasa. Kailasa, again, the same thing. There, Nataraja is busy with Natya. He's in his Nataraja form and he is dancing with Devi Parvati. And he also does the same thing. He is also aware. He is also aware that Bhrigu Maharshi has come, but he also ignores him. And the same thing happens. He gets angry and he says, nobody will, he curses Mahadeva also, saying that nobody will worship you in your Swarupa form, only in Linga form. And then he goes to Vaikunta. And in Vaikunta also the same thing is happening. There what happens? He gets so angry. He went through Brahmaloka and then Kailasa. He gets so angry that Sriman Narayana is resting on Sheshashaina. What he does is he is busy with Mahalakshmi, who is doing seva to him. And what he does, he kicks Sriman Narayana in Vakshasthala, at his heart, which is where Mahalakshmi resides. So obviously, which is a very huge thing. Tridevas getting curse is different, but then this becomes a big insult. But surprisingly enough, Sriman Mahavishnu doesn't react aggressively. He's a very calm person. So he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I did not see that such a great sage, ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. He praises him, and what happens? And he starts to press Rishi Bhrigu's legs, which is a very ironic thing in itself, that the preserver of the entire Srishti is actually doing seva to his own creation. So he is pressing Rishi's legs. Why is because the yajna had brought about an ahankara that he has achieved some siddhi, Rishi Bhrigu, and that had resulted in that ahankara that it stays in his leg as a third eye. Taking that out will only make Rishi Bhrigu realize who he is, and that he is only a creation of the supreme consciousness. So by in that excuse of pressing his legs, he pinches that eye out and plucks it out. As soon as it comes out, Rishi Bhrigu realizes that what has happened. Rishi Bhrigu realizes that this is Sriman Narayana. He is the one who he is the Srishtikarta of Brahma, and Brahma is the Srishtikarta of Bhrigu. So he becomes very ashamed, and then he seeks apology. And Sriman Narayana says it is fine, and he does samarpana of the yajna, and then he leaves. But the curse remains. The curse was for Brahmadeva. It was he will not be worshipped in Bhuloka. For Shiva, it is that he will be worshipped in linga form. For Venkateswara, the insult resulted in such that he will experience viyoga from his total austerities. Vaikunta is the total. We have studied Narayaniyam. No, Vaikunta is explained as the manifestation of the supreme austerities. So it is the auspicious. If we say what is the pramana for gold, the gold is that there is a shine. It is lustrous. So like that, Sriman Narayana resides in Vaikunta. What is the signature symbolism of Vaikunta? It is the gold, the Kshirasagara, all those things. So there is a viyoga of that particular signature. But for that to happen, this is together called as Shritva. That is the reason we say Shriman, the one who has Shritva with. So he has to experience that viyoga, separation. But nothing can be done about this particular curse. And then Rishi Bhrigu leaves. Unknown to him, Lakshmi feels very insulted that he kicked Sriman Narayana at a place where she resides. Only two people reside in Vishnu's heart. He himself says this. One is Mahalakshmi, the second one is Ishvara. So they are the closest to his heart. So what happens? She feels very insulted, and Lakshmi is known to be extremely sensitive, Chanchale. And she says, if you think that this is not an insult to me, then I don't want to stay here. And she leaves, which is the curse taking effect. So she leaves, and Sriman Narayana Shritva goes away. There are many instances where this happens. First instance was before Samudra Manthana. Second instance was because of curse of Bhrigu. Because of that, she goes to Kolhapur. That is the story. She goes to Kolhapur and she starts doing tapasya. In search of Mahalakshmi, he descends. This is not an avatara like that. He descends, and immediately as he touches Bhuloka, he loses the complete recognition of his supreme consciousness. Mind you, when Rama came as his avatara, Rama was aware that he was the avatar of Sriman Mahavishnu. When Krishna came, he was able to realize completely because of we have seen Vishwarupa Darshana. But this is an instance where Sriman Narayana has himself come to earth, and as soon as he steps on Prithvi, he loses complete recollection of his Shri. That is called a Shritva. He completely loses it. He completely loses his own identity. So this is how that avatara takes place. So it is not Avtara, sorry. This is how he comes to earth. Why this happens is primarily because of there is another story of Dwapara Yuga where Sri Krishna's mother, that is Yashoda Mata, she saw him grow up. But what happens is when it was time for Sri Krishna to leave Vrindavana and go to Mathura, he was 16 or something. He was not married. And it was Yashoda Mata's icha to see Krishna get married. So therefore, she takes birth as I've forgotten the name. I think something with P. I think I've forgotten
Bakula
the name.
Devi.
Bakula Devi. Bakula Devi. So Bakula Devi is the she's a again she's also a Rishini. So Vakula Devi suddenly gets this feeling that she's never married, by the way. But she, as soon as Venkateswara, Lord Venkateswara steps on Bhuloka, she feels that her son has been taken away from her. So she feels a very intense emotional distress. And when Venkateswara finally, when they meet, Shuka Muni. Shuka Muni explains that Bakula Devi has taken this out, this Punarjanma only to experience Vivaha of Venkateshwara. That is the reason Venkateshwara Kalyana takes its whole stage. Now, while composing this, there is a very nice one. This is 70 shlokas, Venkateswara Suprabatham. This 70 shlokas are not exactly in the same meter. That means chandas differs. So it starts with waking up the sleeping deity. That is, Venkateshwara is put to sleep, and then morning he's first waken up. So 29 shlokas, first 29 shlokas are basically a request for him to wake up. You know how a bhakta is calling out to, he's treating, this is the change in bhakti bhava, where in the beginning it is like a mother telling a child, wake up, wake up. So uttishto uttishta govinda uttishta garudadvaja uttishta kamala kanta trailokyam mangalam kuru. See, it is time for school, get up, like that it comes, no, like that, get up. After 29 shlokas, the next 11 shlokas are stotra. It is stuti, it is a praise of Venkateshwara. And then the next is prapatti. Prapatti, Sharanam Prapadye, it comes. That means surrender. Here, now Bhakti Bhava is changing. Initially, it was like a mother to a child. It is slowly changing where we are experiencing the divine divinity of the deity, and then we are surrendering to it. So Prapadya comes. After the surrender, it comes Mangala Shasanam. The next part is called as Mangala Shasanam. So this Mangala Shasanam is basically where we have energized ourselves with the divine thought that we have awoken the divinity within us and have surrendered to the most spiritual thought, and therefore our day is going to come out in a very good way. Mangala Shasanam, it is going to come out in a good way. So Suprabhatam is the name, but it has four parts. Suprabhatam is 29 shlokas, then we have Stotram, which is 11 shlokas, Prapatti is 16 shlokas, and then Mangala Shasanam is 14 shlokas. So overall it is 70 shlokas. So it takes around 30 minutes considering the change in tune and all those things, but it is very popular also. Uh, and this has been it has been a tradition for in the past, I think around 600 years, where every day it is Lord Venkateshwara is woken up with this only. Suprabhata Seva is for that this only. So he's woken up through this itself. And the tradition is that it is chanted at a stretch, and the changes are very popular, as we have seen. uh, with respect to chanting. So, and above another thing is, we don't go in like after I finish 29 shlokas, stotram starts. We don't start again, say Atha Stotram. It is continuous. We say Suprabhatam, it has four parts, and we start Atha Shri Venkateswara Suprabatham, and then we start, we end. There is no pauses in between, but the changes are with respect to Chandas. So this happens. So let's just have a look at all the shlokas, and then okay. So I think it is visible. So Suprabhatam Prapatti Mangala Shasanam Stotram Sahitam. This is so Venkatesha Suprabhatam, Venkateshwara Suprabhatam. Anything is fine. So we start off um, with treating the Lord as a child and then calling him out. Kausalya Supraja Rama Purva Sandhya Pravartate उत्तिष्ठ नरशार्दूला कर्तव्यं दैवमान्हिकम् उत्तिष्ठोत्तिष्ठ गोविन्द उत्तिष्ठ गरुडध्वज उत्तिष्ठ कमलाकान्त त्रैलोक्यं मङ्गलं कुरु मातः समस्तजगतां मधुकैटभारेः पक्षो विहारिणि मनोहर दिव्यमूर्ते श्रीस्वामिनिश्रितजनप्रियदानशीले श्रीवेङ्कटेशदयिते तव सुप्रभातम्. So from the third stanza onwards, we find that Suprabhatam is Shri Venkatesha Daite, and then Vrishashaila Natha Daite. Daite or Vibho, Tava Suprabhatam is constant. So this is your Suprabhata, this is your Suprabhata. In the first verse, it is basically Kausalya Supraja Rama, son of Kausalya. The previous night, Purva Sandhya Pravartate has completed. Please wake up. The morning rituals must be performed. Like I said, it is basically a mother calling out to her child saying that, see, go take a bath, you have to go get ready for school, etc., etc., like that. We are basically calling out Lord Venkateshwara saying that, wake up, night has passed. You have to start doing good things. You have to start guiding us. You have to start. It is like that. So this is not, this is actually the Kausalya Supraja Rama is not the author's words. It's actually Rishi Vashishta's words. Kausalya Supraja Rama. He addresses him. He's not called Dasharathi. Dasharatha's son is called as Dasharathi. Generally, they are known like that. But Rishi Vashishta addresses him as Kausalya's son. Because there are Dasharathis are every all the four Bharata, Kshatragna, Lakshmana, and Rama. So Kausalya's son, he indicates. Therefore, then Uttishto Uttishta, arise Govinda, get up, who Garuda Dhvaja, as everybody knows. And then you are the Kamala Kanta. All these are basically Visheshanas given to him. Then what the from the third one onwards, we find the salutations to him. That is, who is the Matas Samasta Jagatam. That means who has created all the complete Jagat. And here we are talking about Lakshmi, who recites Matas Sagasta Jagatam Madhukaita Bharehe. Vaksho Viharini Manohara Divyamurte. That means Matas Samasta Jagatam Madhukaita Bharehe, who is the mother of creation, and that mother of creation resides in the Vakshasthala of Sri Venkateshwara, like that. Anyway, Sri Swamini Shrita Jana Priyadana Sheela, there is a particular tune in which this goes. I think we have heard this when we go get that. Then Tava Supravatam Aravinda Rochanim, it goes in the same way. This goes on for the next 29 shlokas. This is. And after that, We have explanations for each and everything. I think maybe I can give a small this way. Fifth one. Huh. Fifth and sixth is basically everybody has lined up all the rishis, all the Atriadi rishis, Atriadi, Sapta Rishayas. Everybody are waiting for you. Everybody are actually waiting for you to wake up. Like that, rishis, the Saptarshis, everybody have completed their morning prayers and they have brought their flowers, lotus, to do puja to you, and you have not yet waken up. So wake up. So and this is Sheshachala, no? Sheshadri Shekhara Vibho. So the one who resides on Sheshadri Mala or Parvata, anyway, hills, na Mala. So the Lord who rests on Sheshadri hill, please wake up. And then in the same way, Panchabja Shiva, Panchananabja Bhavashanmukha. So this is five faced Shiva. Shiva also has avatars. So him, and then the one who has come out of Kamala is Brahma again. Brahma, Indradi, all the celestial, all the devatas, they are also waiting for you. So this is the meaning of Panchananabja Bhavashanmukha Vasavadyaha Trivikramadi. See, even they, those people also. Trivikramadi Charitam Vibudha Stuvanti. They are all chanting for you. They are all praising you. Okay, Bhashapati, that is the sixth one. So a lot of it is basically to awaken the Lord. Then the seventh, eighth one is the same thing. We are chanting stutis for you. We are playing music for you. So please wake up. So this is like that. Then we find other parts of the creation also becoming very prafullit, and the pet parrots, everybody have opened their eyes. Basically everybody in the world have started their day. So now it is time for you to start your day. So like that, wake up. And then Narada Maharshi is singing. I think ninth one, I think Narada something, it comes over that. Tantri Praharsha Madhura Swanaya. So over here, Narada Mahamuni is singing for you with Vene. So therefore wake up, like that. The whole of the 29 shlokas is just this, basically saying that different aspects of creation are demanding that you wake up, and they're all praying for you to wake up. That's all. And after that, we find Stotra. Stotra is 11. So in Stotra, we find change in the tune. So this would be Kamala Kuchachuchu Kakunkumato Niyata Tulani Latano Kamalayatalochana Lokapate Vijay Bhava Venkateswara. So there is a change in tune. So this is Kamala Kucha, the one Kamala Kucha, one who has come out of Kamala Kucha. Chuchuka, the one who stays in the heart of Lakshmi. Kunkumarchita Lakshmi, who is in her heart. Niyatarunitatula Nilatano, the one who is dark blue Nilatano, Tanu. His body is in Nila color. So the one who has Kamala Lochana, Kamalayata Lochana, Kamalayata, the one who has lotus eyes, Rajiva Lochana also for Rama we say. Kamalayata Lochana Lokapate, the one who is the master of the entire universe. Vijayi Bhava Venkata Shailapate, may you always be victorious. So you can see how it changes. Initially, it is like a mother to, or some elder to a small child. The next in the stotra, it is changing tune, where we are basically praising him as somebody who is who is going to school. Means, what do we say? May this day be good for you, have a good day, do well, etc., like that, sending the child out, like that. So Sachaturmukha Shanmukha Panchamukha Pramukha Kila Daivatamauli Sharanagata Vatsala Saranidhe Paripalaya Mam Vrishashailapate. The tune has to be noted. That has to change. That is the important thing over there. So it has the small pause has to be taken, and then we have to start that. So the next 11 goes in the same tune. And over here also it is the change is there. We were talking in Suprabhatam, we were talking about everyone is waiting for you, wake up, that coddling is happening. In the second, in the stotra, we find the tune is changing, the tone of not the way we convey is changing, where we are saying please uh, be victorious, and then get up, not get up over here. Here it is basically um, who is stuti, no, basically who is capable of doing this, who is the supreme deity of the Vedas. Adhivenkata, there is the third one, the fourth one, Adhivenkata Shaila Mudaramate. So the one who is the supreme deity of the Vedas, so who resides on the Venkatadri hill, etc., etc. Like that, there we are giving uh, more information about Lord Venkateshwar. And then there we also Kalavenu is um, Kalavenu is Krishna Venu, the one who uh, plays the flute. Kalavenu, Venu is flute. So the one who plays the flute, etc., etc. Basically, a description. The stotram is meant to describe. See, usually we have dhyanam in any kind of this thing, stotras. So this is a part of that. That's all. So giving a vivid imagination of Lord Venkateswara. The next 11 shlokas are all like that only. From the 8th onwards, it is Sumukham, Sumukham, Suhrudam, Sulabham, Sukhadam. From here onwards, we are bringing divinity to the appearance. So as a child, we saw he has gotten up, and we have given all the information, that is description. Now we are bringing in divinity. So over here, Sumukham, looking at him brings about auspiciousness. Like that, we are bringing in divinity over here. Then in the 9th one, it is the declaration of faith. Vina Venkateshan Nanatho. Here again the tune is changing. Vina Venkateshan Nanatho Nanatha Sada Venkatesham Smarami Smarami. Hare Venkatesha Prasida Prasida Priyam Venkatesha Prayacha Prayacha. So there is a change in tune. And we have to look at each shloka individually, because many of them are changed like that. So here the change is where without him nothing can. After in consecrating divinity, the change in the tune is basically say that without you nothing. Adhara Bhuta he becomes. And then we move towards the 10th and the 11th. I think there is the second line has been cut or something like that. I'll look at it and I will resend this. Then we start, after we have consecrated divinity into that form, no? Then we start with Venkatesha Prapatti. So when that Venkatesha Prapatti ends every time with Sharanam Prapadye. So that means at your feet, I am I think Sharanam, we can say I am surrendering to you also, it can be said, or we can also say I am saluting to you also. So here Prapatti goes on with complete surrender. So we see that for the next 16 shlokas, this is what happens. And we see the 6 qualities of the Supreme in the second shloka. This is basically like, before the Phalastuti, we have the association of our efforts with the Lord. No, it is like that. So you are full of marzi, Krupa Jalanidhe, then Krita Sarva Loka Sarvagnya Shaktaha, and then Nata Vatsala, one who is with Vatsalya. So Sarvasheshin, then Swamin, then Sushila, Sulabhashrita Parijata, etc., etc. So Sri Venkatesha Sharanam, Sharanam Prapadya. These are all Visheshanas given to Lord Venkateshwara, saying that you are capable of all these things, and I surrender to you because you are the supreme consciousness. Then, with all these, with 16 different shlokas, when we complete we surrender. In these 16 shlokas, we surrender to him, and then we go for Mangala Shasana. Then Mangala Shasanam is again, like I said, it is basically because we have invited something divine. It becomes important that we realize that the day is going to be, we have to tell ourselves, no, so the day is going to be good. And because we have chanted or we have invoked this divinity, it is going to provide us with a positive set of mind, and etc., etc., etc. The auspiciousness by it is like this. I woke up and I saw something so beautiful that it put me in a very good mood. So obviously, when I'm in a good mood, things are going to turn out very well. There is a lot of positive psychology reinforced into our shlokas. And there is one more: the habit of waking up and looking at our kara, and then we say karagre vasate Lakshmi, karamadhye Saraswati. So like that, by imagining all those things, by we are invoking positivity within us, the positive thought is being invoked. So like that, because we have invoked something so divine, we've looked at his form also. Now obviously, it is going to bring about a positiveness within us. And what is that positivity? There is going to be auspiciousness to the abode of wealth and beauty. Who is that person? Who is that? Is Lord Venkateshwara, and he is. There is so. It is so beautiful to watch. Complete the Lord Venkateshwara in his. It is Kalyana Adbhuta Gatraya. Kalyana Adbhuta Gatraya. Kamitartha Pradayini. Srimad Venkatanathaya Srinivasaya Te Namaha Srinivasaya Mangalam. Anything can be said. Okay, so what is it over there? He is in a Brihat form. It is actually like that. If you go to Tirupati, he is in, I don't know, around 18 feet or something, the idol is. So, Kalyana Adbhuta Gatraya. He is in such a humongous form. But why is it Kalyana? Because when I see that form, I get so fixated on that particular form that all that negativity is eliminated from my mind. So, Kalyana Adbhuta Gatraya. Kamita Artha. What I want, my Icha, my Manas Icha gets fulfilled by praying to him. Kamitartha Pradayine, the one who gives me, the one who does Pradana of my Ichas, Kamita Artha. Sriman, who is he? He is Venkatanatha. So by seeing you, things have become Mangalam. That means things have turned out positive for me. So that is the basic understanding that we are seeing in this. So Mangala Shasana. So in the Mangala Shasanam, again, we find that there are 14 shlokas, and all the 14 shlokas are basically associated with explaining why looking at Lord Venkateshwara's either picture or idol or his form brings about so many positive things. Like I'm thinking about supreme reality. The shlokas, I think 7 to 9, gives us about the spiritual supremacy of his form, and then his form of I think 10 to 12 or something like that. We talk about Sri Vaikunta. Yeah, Sri Vaikunta. See, so from here we are talking him, we are imagining him in Vaikunta. Then Vaikunta Viraktaya. So there onwards, we are seeing a lot of imagination. We have to close our eyes to understand this. Otherwise, we'll probably not understand it. So 12th one week, we see that may all the auspiciousness belonging to Lord Venkateswara, who chose to live in absolute luxury of Vaikuntha, to live happily with Goddess Lakshmi on the earth. That means he had Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha is no small deal. 7 golden doors. You pass that, only then you get to see Kshirasagara. In Kshirasagara, there is Adishesha, Ananta Shayana. And then he's sleeping over there with the Pitambaram. We get the imagery from this thing, no? Kshiro Danvat Pradeshe Shuchimani Vilasat Saikate Muktikanam. So, and he's in such a beautiful form. Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham. So, in this is the form. But look at him. He said, I want to stay near my devotees. And he left that great Vaikuntha and he's in Tirupati. Like that. So, showing his greatness is what these shlokas say. So, in the end, it is we end it with iti Sri Venkatesha Suprabatham Samaptam. So this is the complete 70 shlokas, and I've given the brief in that. So the rules are very simple in this. All 70 has to be chanted at a stretch for Parayanam, and it should be chanted in the morning itself. It is not to be chanted in the night or anything like that, because basically we are calling. Don't look at it as we are calling out a deity to wake him up. No, it is to bring about the positivity within ourselves. That means Tattvamasi, when I say, the supreme conscious actually lives within me. So to invoke it, to make that, when I say, when I speak about Vishnu Sahasranamam, when the Vishnu Sahasranama plays, Rajasic Tattva awakens. That is the reason it is always heard in the morning. The reason is, in the morning, before going to work, I need my mind to be awake. Therefore, when I chant Vishnu Sahasranamam in the morning, the Rajasic Tattva activates and therefore my mind becomes active. I'm good for doing physical work, all those things. In the same way, Lalita Sahasranamam brings about Sattva Rupa. Before going to sleep, while I listen to Lalita Sahasranamam, it calms my mind. The vrittis, the convulsions of the mind, it reduces and it brings about a calm mind. Like that, Venkateswara Suprabhatam is to bring about a realization of the divinity within oneself also. So while we are, obviously, it is very difficult for me to say, I have never done any meditation. So now I close my eyes and say, okay, bring about, please bring about the divinity, come out within myself. That won't be possible, no? So our rishis have this very beautiful nature of using deification to associate us with divinity. That is, when I say, um, when I have associated Saraswati with Vidya. Now I want to start studying. Just because I want to start studying doesn't mean that my mind is ready to study. So I've kept the book in front of me, but my mind is not ready to start study yet. So I'm just going through it. But before that, what our scriptures or practices say, that you pray to Saraswati. So while praying, what is my mind doing? My mind is preparing itself for the study. So Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini. Why? What is the Kamarupini over here? She is in that form of giving us whatever I want. Okay, Varade Kamarupini. But what do I want? Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. I'm going to start studying. May my mind be in that state where it won't get distracted from anything. So this is nothing but invocation. This is nothing but we have something called as positive psychology. And in positive psychology, this invocation is a very big part, and this is a Western concept. We never experienced all these things. So Mangalacharanam is actually equivalent to such invocations. So like that, the whole of the Venkateswara Suprabhatam is not just to not just an ode or a stuti to Lord Venkateswara. It is to bring about that divinity that I have, that chastity. I may feel I don't have any ability to do something. I may not be confident with with myself. When I say that there is some amount of some Brahma Tattva within me, through Venkateshwara or through his Karunya, through his Amsha, I'm connecting myself to the divine thought that some positivity, that I am capable of something, I can do something. See, because I'm saying so many positive things. Mangala Shasanam, when I'm saying, so I'm saying so many positive things about Venkateshwara. Ultimately, when I have surrendered to him, his Krupa Kataksha is going to be mine. Therefore, I may not be confident on my own, but when I feel that somebody, some positive strength is with me, I'm positive in my outlook. Therefore, it has a very spiritual meaning as well. So these are the 70 shlokas of Venkateswara Suprabatham, and this is the way we chant it as well. I think with respect to the practices, groups can be formed, and practice sessions can take place how we did for Lalita Trishati. That way, I think 10 shlokas can be practiced at a time, or however you feel comfortable. I think we can plan that later on. But what we will do is, after the Suprabhatam part, the 29 shlokas, once 29 shlokas would be chanted, one full set, and then again with the stotra, again with the prapatti, and then Mangala Shasnam, and then individually you can all take up. And my request is, please make sure while you're booking any Zoom slot for this alone, because I'm pretty sure that you all have your routines. For this alone, please do it in the morning itself, early morning itself, during sunrise. So for individual parayanams, it would be preferred if you chant it in the morning itself. The whole thing after everything is done, not for practice sessions. For individual parayanams, please make sure you select a early morning slot for this. Astu. Any questions?
Mahoda, will you share the recording?
I will share the recording, but let me know what your preference is. You want me to share it as Venkatesha Suprabhatam separately, Stotram separately, Mangala Shasanam separately, Prapatti separately, because individual shlokas I've already shared with Kamakshi Bhagini.
Yes, that is the best option.
Okay, then I will give the separation like that. That would be easier.
Mahodaya, it is associated with even Treta Yuga also, no? Vedavati.
That is also there. Vedavati is Padmavati. Vedavati. That is again, Ramayana has multiple versions. I think Ramayana is the most rich narrated story that we have. So what happens is, Ravana had the Rishini. Vedavati is a Rishini. So Ravana at one point of time became infatuated with her, and he tried to harass her. She was bathing and she was coming out, and then he saw her and he was infatuated with her, and he tried to come close to her. And she, being a Rishini, curses him that if he ever tries to touch a woman without her permission, then he will burn to ashes, which they also say is one of the reasons why Ravana never tried to harass Sita Mata, because of this curse. So in this version, what happens is, Vedavati, she says, I'm very upset with this kind of behavior. And then what she says was, she, I think, invokes Agni Deva, and then self-immolation, they say. She enters Agni at that point of time. Or I think No, there are variations. So, as far as I know, this is the case. So, what happens is when Ravana kidnaps Sita Mata, at that point of time, somewhere between that, that is just before that happens, the Agni Deva, what he does is he uh, protects Sita Mata by taking her. Actually, these are all in the Veda. If we look at it, no, Agni has Ahuti as his wife. Okay, so that is the reason she's called as Havisha Devi. Whatever we feed to Agni, na, that is taken to Agni through the Havisha Devi. Therefore, what happens is she takes Sita, and instead of Sita Mata, Vedavati takes her place in her form, and she is actually kidnapped. So this is actually to say that Sita Mata was never kidnapped by Ravana, and therefore she is Shrestha, or she is completely pure. This is an argument that comes at some other place. In maybe I think Valmiki Ramayana 118th Sarga or something, if I remember properly. All these things are very complicated things, because to connect them it is very big. So it so happens that in the end, when Rama does Agni Pariksha, na, what happens is Agni Deva brings about two Sita Matas. So everybody is surprised. Of course, Sita Mata is pure, but how come there are two? Then he himself manifests and he says that till now who was there in Ashokavana was actually Vedavati. Ravana is not even, what do we say? He is not even capable of touching someone so pure as Sita Mata, let alone carrying her away. So, because we have to understand, Sita Mata is again the complete manifestation of Mahalakshmi. And if you look at Ramayana, she has absolutely no role over there except to make Rama kill Ravana. She is the reason, she is the Hetu. So, other than that, there is nothing over there. So, she only came because she is the Shritva. She has to be associated. Without her, nothing can be done. Therefore, they say she came, but she is so pure that Ravana could not even cannot even dare to look at her. So therefore, it had to happen like this, that we took her in, and then Vedavati was planted to look like her, and then complete the Vanavasa, or complete Ashokavana in Ashokavatika. So she was never, you know, ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಗುಲಗಂಜಿ. She was very pure. Not even a small spot can be on her character like that. So that is one more. And what happens is, after the two Sitas are brought about after Agni Pariksha, then Agni Deva explains that this is actually Vedavati, and Sita Mata was never taken away. And Rama is so pleased that for my Sita, you were able to, you took her spot, and all that the pida, all that suffering you bore for her. So you please, let me, I will give you a boon. Ask anything you want. She says that I want to be your wife. And he says he is an ekapati patni vratasta. So it is not possible for me to do that. I cannot break my vrata. And then he promises her that in Kali Yuga, again, this is another important thing. In Kali Yuga, I will come down, not my avatar, I will come down just to fulfill your wish. And she is born as Padmavati. He comes down as Venkateswara, and that is Venkateswara Kalyana. Yes. Any other? So many stories and so many.
Yes, Mahodaya. Link, chain link.
Too many things actually.
Yes.
So there are many stories about Kaikai also. Huh. Kaikai also gets Kaikai is the one who is born as Devaki. Surprisingly enough, that is also there is one more story like that. It is said that Kaikai is born as a Devaki, which is surprising. Calling why Devaki? Why not Yashoda? Or why is she born? What is the reason? The reason is Kausalya experienced separation from her son because of Kaikeyi's boon promise or whatever it may be. Dasharatha had given her a promise, no, so she used that, and because of that, Rama left for Vanavasa, no, so she experienced separation from her son, Kausalya. So in the next, that is in Dwapara Yuga, Kausalya is born as Yashoda, but Kaikeyi is born as Devaki. Why? Because Devaki had to experience the same separation from her son. So therefore, after Krishna is born, he's taken away from this thing to Vrindavan. I think Gokula. And she experiences separation from her son, Krishna. Meanwhile, Kausalya is born as Yashoda, who misses her son. No, so she experiences his complete leelas once again, like that.
All the stories are interconnected, Mahodaya.
Yeah. All of them interconnected. But the biggest thing is they're all from different texts. So
Yes.
to bring them together, it is very difficult.
Magote, I heard one story that my Kaigeyi know about that. He Rama sit in the place of king. He will be die. That's why she want to send him in the Vana like that. I heard the one story, Magote. Is it true? She know about the for future. That's
There
why
is.
she.
But if we look at this specifically is not in Ramayana, maybe it is through Loka Kathas, some narrations. But it is true that among the three, right, that is Sumitra, Kausalya, and Kaikeyi, it is actually Kaikeyi who shows a lot of love towards Rama. Even more than Bharata, there is one shloka. रामाय रामभद्राय रामचंद्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः. The story actually behind that is Rama is what he is called, but Ramachandra is what Kaikeyi used to call him. Ramabhadra is what Sumitra used to call him. So like this, it is actually seen in the scriptures that Kaikeyi used to be extremely affectionate towards Rama, even before Bharata. She used to treat him as her son. That is the reason we bring in mantra in between to bring about the change in her. No, and we have to imagine this. Look, long before the princes are born, the Putrakamishti Yaga, Dasharatha is a very strong king. We should not look him. All these depictions show him as a very old person. That is not how Dasharatha is. If we read Champu Narayana, no, Champu Ramayana, we will get Dasharatha is explained as somebody who Indra used to call, it seems. When Asuras used to attack Svargaloka, right? Indra used to request Dasharatha to help him out. And at one point of time, Dasharatha went with nobody. There was nobody else. Just Dasharatha went to destroy the Asuras. And it was during this time only, his Sarathi was Kaikeyi. And you all know the story, no? While he was riding that Ratha, what happens is the wheel becomes loose. So she keeps her finger blocking it so that it doesn't go away from the axle. So therefore he gives two varas to her. And Dasharatha is so great Kshatriya that it is said in Champu Ramayanam itself, it is said that Indradeva gave half the Swargaloka to him, it seems. And he used to be treated equivalent to Indra when he comes to Swargaloka, Dasharatha. So it is like that. So actually, we don't find many of this mentioned because Ramayana, we start with Rama and end with Rama. But we have to understand, Rama was born in Raghuvamsha. Even after Rama is born, it is called as Raghuvamsha only. So Raghu was such a great king. This is explained well. It is a second shloka of Raghuvamsha. Second shloka of Raghuvamsha, it says that this Vamsha is so prabhavashali that the sun's prabhava is there. No, that also becomes small under it. So that is very nice. Nice poetry Kalidasa has used to explain Raghuvamsham. There are 5 generations only is explained. Dilipa, Raghu, Aja, Dasharatha, Rama. Only 5 generations of Raghuvamsha are praised in the Kavya. So that is also very nice. There are many stories like this. Very recently, I was listening to Jayadeva's Geeta Govinda. It is very popular. Why? Because I'll tell you the story. Geeta Govinda is a composition of Jayadeva Kavi. It is a part of literature, that is fine. But what is associated with that is that in Puri Jagannath, it is still recited for Jagannatha every evening, it seems. And there, the pratiti, the belief is that whenever it is such a beautiful composition because it is in Ashtapadis. You may Google it, and it is in 3 variations. One variation is with the Kathak variation that comes with dance as well. Because Jayadeva's wife was a dancer and she used to perform. So that is one method. The second one is through Kirtana style. Sopana style, actually. It goes on from one higher this thing to another higher, like that. Sopana style. Other one is Carnatic style. So Carnatic music style is very difficult, but it's so beautiful. Okay, you just Google this. The first Ashtapadi, just Google it. Okay, so beautiful, and I was listening to it. And there was a story associated with it. The story was in Odisha. There was a Mughal soldier or somebody like that. So he was living in the top mansion, and in the
It is
below mansion
Tansen,
there was.
Mahodaya.
Huh?
Tansen.
No, not Tansen. This is somebody else. This is he's a soldier. He's not even a singer.
Okay.
This person in the below what used to happen near his house, there used to be a small mandir, and the pandit used to sing this Geeta Govindam, it seems. And he used to come and stand over there every time the pandit used to sing Geeta Govindam. So at one point of time, the pandit asked him, do you like it? And he says, yes, it is very beautiful, and I want to learn it. Can you teach me? And he learns it. After he learns it, the Pandit wants him. He says, what you do is, you sing it anytime you want. But the problem is, this is one of Krishna's favorite kirtanas. Anytime you sing it, he will come and sit in front of you. So what you do, every time you sing this, you put an asana for him and you put an angavastra for him to sit. Otherwise, it will be disrespectful for him. So he used to do that every day. One day, what happened? He was traveling, it seems. So obviously, when he was traveling with on his horse, there is no place to put his angavastra or prepare an asana. So, but it was getting dark, and he wanted to bring about that positivity, this thing. So he started singing Geeta Govindam. At some point of time, he started hearing anklets, it seems. Geje Shabda, he started hearing anklets, it seems. And he got scared because it's anyway in the forest. He was going alone, and then he started hearing that, and suddenly he stopped singing, it seems. Immediately he heard a voice. Why did you stop singing? I was enjoying it. So it was Balakrishna following him. Because there was no Vastra, he couldn't sit, therefore he was following him. So it is said that whenever Gita Govindam is sang, we have to keep an asana for Krishna and then sing so that he sits and he listens to you. And because he listens, it seems. Whenever Gita Govindam is sang, he listens to it, it seems. So this is chanted to Jagannatha in Puri Jagannath. They sing it to him daily. So that Parayana happens. So it is a beautiful, but
Please
the
teach us,
Ashtapadi,
Mahodaya.
it is 1,000 plus Bhagini. There are 12 adhyayas. Each adhyaya has two Ashtapadis, and it takes time. And even for me, I wanted to learn it, but we need a little bit of Sangeeta Gnana to uh, get it and start understanding it. I'm actually looking at it. I actually have the PDF also. I got a PDF also for that, but it is very captivating. I suggest all of you to take one first Ashtapadi, have a look at it. All of you. It is very nice. I'll actually post one, my favorite tune. I'll post it in the group. Have a look at it. It is very nice.
Yes, Mahodaya. Yes, Mahodaya. Please.
Astu. Anything with respect to Venkateswara Suprabatham? Astu. Shall we conclude the session?
Yes, Mother. Everything you will post in the group.
Mahodaya, if you every week you please give such a discourse like that. Very, very interesting and
Very, yes,
say, actually,
very good
this was the
satsang
first
today.
time I'm hearing to your full conversation. I mean, on this Venkateswara Suprabatham. So impressed. Your mother is really gifted to have you as a son.
My this thing that I'm exposed to all these things.
Really, very great, Mahodaya. You are at this small age, you are able to give such a explanation. I'm really impressed. This is the first time I'm listening to your full satsang. Previously, only I attended the Lalita Trishadi Slokam when you were teaching that time. Before that and all, I was not in this group. Today, only I heard full. And I'm very, very tears are coming in my eyes, hearing to your. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wanted to learn all the Puranas and all the slokas,
If
everything.
we ever get that chance to listen to all the Puranas, no, that is the best this thing. But unfortunately, we have lost so many. I was just looking at some course. You would be surprised. Pratishakyas, which is the branches of the Vedas, we have more than Sahasra, 1,000 it seems. What is available to us is only 3. So sad. We have lost so much of our heritage. So can't. But I'm very happy that I've been exposed to these kind of things. And I don't know, suddenly something comes into my mind, and then there is somebody to make it easy for me. I was looking at Gita Govindam, suddenly it came like that. It happens. I think it's mostly to do with how the mind works. When our mind is inclined towards these things, no, we'll find way to get associated with it like that. So I'm thankful to the Lord and all the gurus for making it easy for me.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಮಾರ್ಯ. Mahodaya, in Hindi, Maithili Charan Gupta also Kaihika Prayachit like one written by Maithili Charan Gupta. It is nice to read, Mahodaya. He explained about Kaigeyi's state. It is very nice to hear, read also.
Actually, she is an expert in Valmiki Ramayana.
Yes.
She is an expert
Yes,
in
Mahodaya.
Valmiki Ramayana. In fact, I think I heard one of her podcasts where she had explained about how Sita Vyoga caused Rama to have hallucinations. So he started, he was so depressed and so, shocked losing Sita. He started asking everybody in the Vana, it seems, even the plants and all that, have you seen Sita? Have you seen Sita? So that she is an expert on Valmiki Ramayana. Many such things, actually. Thankfully enough, what happens, no, some person from the university or people, related people, they have some connection, they want to explain something, so they have these discourses, they have these small seminars, and because of Zoom and all these distance thing, they have these 1 or 2 days workshops. Like this, we get to know a lot of things like that. So it is nice to be exposed, and it is very we have to be lucky that we actually get to do this.
Really.
Shamyata
Yes,
Mata,
Mahodaya, really,
next station is there.
Astu. Shall I'll just do the samarpanam, okay?
Yes.
कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणाय इति समर्पयामि. धन्यवादः सर्वेभ्यः.
Dhanyavadah, Mahodaya.
Mahodaya,
Very
we will
nice
continue
session,
next
Mahodaya.
week, Mahodaya, with the slokas.
Bhagini, I will.
Suprabatham.
No, we will first do the grouping and all those things, and I will send the audio recordings.
Okay, like LTS. Okay.
That
Okay,
we will do.
Mahodaya.
Dhanyavadah, Mahodaya.
Dhanyavadah, Mahodaya.
Dhanyavadah, Mahodaya.
Dhanyavadah.
Dhanyavadah, Mahodaya.